But one of the guys that get a lot of credit is Steve Blackman from Muscular Development. I mean, those guys have done an extraordinary job for years and years and years to promote health, to promote fitness, to promote strength, to promote bodybuilding, powerlifting, weightlifting, and all of those kind of things. So the contributions they made is gigantic, and I hail them for that.
Ron Harris here from Muscular Development. I'm sitting here with Big Will World Harris.
No relation.
No relation.
Both look good.
It's a fairly common name, but we're both older guys.
Just a little bit.
Will, this is your first Arnold Classic. I find that kind of hard to believe, but that's true?
This is true. You know, I was just telling the reporter that was just here that in the past, you know, I think just because of all the names and stuff that came through, and with all the flexes and me being a part of that crew, you know, just names fall through the cracks. So for me to come here at this time is actually, you're catching Big Will at its best. Truly the best.
Yeah. You know, because I've seen you compete many times over the years. Size has never, ever been an issue. You've always been a huge, huge guy, one of the biggest pros, you know, pound for pound. Condition has been an issue. I'm going to be honest, I saw you what I consider great shape once at Hartford Europa back in, was it 07? You looked all, a lot of people I thought you could have won that show. But you know, you struggle with condition. How did you make sure, or what was the piece of the puzzle you solved to finally get in really good shape?
Well, you know, I think a lot of people have the problem when they don't have somebody in front of them. And for me, no matter who you are, and I think that's the problem with a lot of the athletes today, they use these so-called gurus, and you only can get a spot vision, and there's only so much you can do sending a picture on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Having Body by Kirk, what you guys saw in previous interviews, right in front of me, and being able to look at me on a day-to-day basis made it one of the easiest, nicest preps I've ever gone through. So having somebody on that type of level that you work with and can see you from week to week, not only on a picture, but he's seeing you live, and he's with you while you're training. He's understanding what you're eating, and he can see the body changing from week to week, day to day, 24/7. It's a huge difference, and I know that it's been a huge difference.
Now, I don't know if you were joking in the last video. Are you actually 55 years old, or are you like joking and you're not really that old?
What was the question?
It's always been hard to get an answer out of you, because at one time you said you were like 1,000 years old. So,
well, I'm in my 55th soul.
Okay, so you're 55 in standard terms on your driver's license?
No. I'm on my 55th soul, which means I've been on this planet over 3,000 years. Now, I'm not going to tell you beyond that how long I've been here, but, you know, let's see, I've seen the pyramids done.
Okay. So, assuming you're over 40.
Just assume that.
I'm going to assume that, because I'm 47. You got to be at least as old as me. I'm fairly certain of that.
You know, the pharaohs taught me a lot.
Why have you never looked into? I've never seen you in any of these Masters Pro shows.
I don't believe in doing Masters.
Why is that?
Because I think once you look beyond where you think you could go, that's how you train. And my mind has always been Bugs Bunny. I stay as young as the tides. And LA still has the motor cars that was around with the Three Stooges. So my mind stays young, and I train no different now than I did when I was younger.
Okay. No, I see the training videos. You haven't missed a beat. Obviously, you're still training just as hard, still training really heavy, which is amazing to me, because you're probably a few years older than me, and my joints are just destroyed. I don't know how you still do it. I mean, how have you been able to keep your body from breaking down the way so many of us in our 40s and into the 50s, that's happened to most of us?
I understand, but once again, I owe a lot to the pharaohs back in the day.
Okay.
And the fact that rejuvenation, understanding how, you know, when I lay in my sarcophagus at night, it works.
Okay. Now, I think this was one of the questions in the videos too, but I mean, I want to put it out there. There's not a lot of expectation for you to be in the fight for the title. Does that make it a little more, I don't want to say comfortable, but you don't have any pressure on you. You could come out there and do really well, and no one was expecting it. You could really surprise people. Could that be a really cool thing?
I think it's a very cool thing. I mean, one of the things I have to refer to is the Olympia in 07. It was the same type of thing, and a question was put to me as they was talking to other athletes. When Ronnie had the title, one of the first things they always say, well, you know, Ronnie probably get the title, and I'm looking to go second or third, and just kind of be in the mix. I thought that was bullshit, pardon the French, but, you know, he's a man like anybody else. So when I told them I'm coming in to win the damn show, there was no pressure on me. If I did, I did. If I didn't, you know, that's what they was expecting. But I came in there looking fantastic, and I stood between Ronnie and Jay, and you could go back and check the pictures, and I gave them all that they can handle. Even the announcers said on live video that, holy shit, Will could carry out this mission, because I told him I would win the show and be in the top 3. So, yeah, I think it's great.
Now, you haven't competed a lot these last few years. If you do well at this show, you know, is there incentive? Are you going to start doing competing a little more often?
Well, there wasn't a lot for me to compete for in the past few years. I mean, you have to look at, most of my guys are gone.
Yeah.
You know, they've either lost interest or whatever. And then I was dealing with a situation at our gym that even all of my fellow competitors, there was not too many in there. So to have that drive is like, well, you know, what are we going to do for it? You know what I mean? And to find that again, yeah, I'm flying high right now. So after I win this show, yeah, I plan on catapulting into other adventures. Absolutely. Big Will is never gone and forgotten about. Like I said, I've been here a long time, so I'll be here for a long more.
It's good to know. All right. For Muscular Development, it's been Will Harris, Ron Harris. See you guys on stage.